composed of a sort of just the big slab, 4 sort of attachable legs at plinths that it sits on, and then a grid pattern on top with all of the individual pieces that we tried to incorporate our pattern in the grid of the chessboard, and also as the symbols for the individual pieces.
Dial right here, which we tried.
And we're team number 4.
Yeah.
And we're team number 4.
We tried to measure the angle so that like the 4 and the 09 would be at the place where it's supposed to be when the sun shines.
And to create the proper angle for reading correct time in Providence, it has to be 41.8 degrees, this angle here. So when we constructed it, we made sure to get it as close to that as possible.
And it's a 2-piece structure where this has a tooth to it, and that's an indent, so you can just plot it in. And the actual weight sits on here, and it sits on here. The tooth is just to make it more secure.
And the circle we made by just taking a piece of foam and then cutting a circle in it, and then making a square box out of wood around the sides. And then to get the depth, we just piled layers of foam, 4 of them, to get like a 4-inch deep circle.
And then we used plastic to cover the foam, and plastic bags, cut out plastic bags to cover the foam and the wood so that it has a special texture to it, and it acts as like an insulator where it's easier to take out.
Henry, Kevin, Ahmed.
Well, for our project, we were a little bit, our original idea was to create 2 chairs that nested in each other, and that you could take apart and have 2 separate items. Henry put them all together, and
Yeah, we, so all these pieces, one of the tables had, legs that were to come out of here, and the other one, the legs go at the corners. And they were gonna fit into each other because we had holes, and then the legs would have been here on this one. They chipped off. Yeah, they chipped off because we didn't reinforce them at all. So that didn't.
So what would you do next time?
Reinforce them.
Reinforce them?
Maybe
But also
make them
maybe make the diameter of the legs
larger.
Yeah. Into a formed, this expanded steel sheet, mesh sheet. And we were hoping that the bag would start to seep through the mesh to create a texture. We realized that it was, we weren't really, kind of low on concrete. We weren't getting the
depression that we wanted.
Yeah, the depression. So we ended up shoving 2 bricks into the trash bag to create a depression. What that ended up doing was create stress concentrations, which is where the cracking occurred. You can see this one's on its way.
Oh. Can you show us how it works? Very nice.
Oh, and then a number. 09 and then 5.
We had a slight miscalculation on the angles on this piece, and so the facing you guys should be on the back side, but because of the miscalculation, if we flipped it the other side, this piece would go up this way.
Mhm.
So,
And you've got some giant reinforcing in there, right?
yeah.
Tell us about that.
We stuck it in like halfway through the styrofoam mold, but it's sticking out a little. So.
All together? Oh, that mine's falling out too much.
A dancing table.
Only works one way.
Wow, that's scary.
Yep.
It worked yesterday. We have pictures to prove it too.
My pictures are the official ones.
Well, quick.
Do it. Is our beer drinking table?
Team number and names?
Caitlin Wiseman, we're team 2.
Team 2.
Jessica?
Greg. John. Gordon. To create our table, we sliced off the top of a tire and poured our form into there. The leggings are 2 Pringles cans duct taped together. And we sliced off a bit of the Pringles can and inserted it into the tire to create the slip for the legs.
And then we use party cups to create the cup holders.
And foam to make the numbers.
And Pam to spray everything down.
Alright, so, okay, well, we're team 1, and I'm Michał, and
Marisa?
our table is, it's a table, by the way. And the way we approached the problem was not by looking for forms, but rather thinking about a design that will prove, well, bulletproof, provided that we don't use any reinforcements. And the main problem for us was the legs of a table, because legs are, well, the weak spot when you have these, singular columns sticking out, very easy to break. So what we did, we cast 2 L-shaped pieces. Can we first pick it out? They will be, sound, they will be strong. They will provide enough stability, and if they are thick enough, they will basically the only meaningful force here will be the compressive force. And the other concerns we had was how to make it safe, so how to prevent the top of the table from sliding around. And we made these little, indents by using, a couple pieces of foam and a brick. So it's not exactly flush as we wished for it to be, but we were casting it on an uneven terrain.
Careful on the floor, guys. Not so scratchy.
Okay, well, this is the wrong way around. So, yeah, and it takes some setting up to make it.
Okay.
How about like this?
Don't slide it, please, if you can.
And, yeah, flip it.
We're going to have a lot of friends here, staff.
Something like that. So, as you see, it takes setting up, but once it's standing, it's gonna be. We have to trust us that we made it work. Oh, sorry.